point, I'm just trying to figure out why the fuck am I even here? What's going on, y'all? I know it's been a minute since y'all seen me. It has been an interesting week, a couple of days, whatever you want to call it. Girl, I have been up, down, all types of shit, bitch. I thought I was doing push-ups and out of damn breath. Let me tell y'all about my crazy ass week. Some of you all care, some of you all probably don't care. But nonetheless, let me just tell y'all about what's going on in my life, because I feel it's very necessary to be honest with you all about all the stuff that's going on, all the crazy shit that I have experienced in the last week, and probably the last couple of months. So this week was an interesting week for me. I just suffered a little bit of depression, and I just was not feeling it at all. Like, I just did not feel like being around humans. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us can relate. Girl, when I tell you I did not want to see anybody, I didn't want to speak to nobody, I did not want to hear shit from anybody. And what's so funny is that I had a class to go to, a prep class to go, and I'll tell y'all about that later on. But I had so much fun being around people that I love, and I'm getting educated on things that I care about. I got a chance to meet my girl Jill, who works for the Georgia Department of Health. Looking forward to working with her. But that day was skewed. Other than that, shit started rolling downhill. So much is going on with the family. Girl, don't family just stress y'all the hell out? So my father is probably having a health scare or whatever, and you know, folks will say, well, you shouldn't share the information, da da da. But you know, we're all human, we're all dealing with something. So there's a chance that my father might have prostate cancer, we don't know. We're hoping that that's not what the case is, but just the thought of that has my mother depressed. And you all know, I'm pretty sure we all can relate, when your mother is going through it, or even your father is going through it, you feel it too. I try to wear the weight of the world on my shoulders. I try to take everybody's problems and everybody's thing and just listen to it. I try to be that listening ear, and sometimes I can't just be that listening ear because I'm always trying to figure out solutions and what works, and you know, how can we get past this? And it's very difficult when you're working with everybody else's problems and you can't deal with your own problems. Now, some of you all might think my life is perfect. Girl, all you gotta do is go down to Miss Lipstick Alley and find out that my life is always in shambles. Girl, the girl said I'm living with Adrian, bitch, and I'm still homeless and I haven't paid rent in 3 months. That shit is so not true, girl. Maybe probably 2 years ago, but girl, I've been paying rent on time since I've been in this trash ass apartment. Another story, we'll get to that shortly. With that being said, the stuff with my mother weighing her down, she had some sort of a panic attack early this week, and you know, she just had to go to the emergency room, and just seeing how she wasn't herself this week. It's so difficult sometimes trying to understand people. Women, I love y'all, but sometimes y'all are some interesting characters, and it's just hard to decipher. It's hard to figure out what y'all are going through and what is going on. My mother, for instance, she doesn't share much. Her favorite thing to say is, I'm fine. And I hate to hear her say that. I'm like, no, you're not. So, you know, one of the oldest girls who did not move in with my mother after my aunt passed, you know, she moved in with the guy. She's like 20 or something, and she moved up north, and she just had an interesting childhood just growing up, and we've just tried to be there for her. And I hate to even talk about this, but I just feel like I just have to be honest, because I feel like you all are my people to talk to. I talk to you all, I vent to you all, and I move on. When I first started YouTube, I started venting. That's what I was known for. I was just venting about my day and what's going on in my life and everything else that I did not like. So I'm just like, girl, let me get back to that. Just being authentic in front of the people who really care about me makes me happy. So she's up north somewhere. I forgot what state she actually moved to. She moved in with her father, her kids or whatever, her father, one of her children. And come to find out, not too long ago, we found out that she doesn't have custody of her kids. And you know, she had 2 children, and it's a lot of going, that's a lot on my mother, because my mother is just, she's the fixer. She wants to help everyone. She wants to make everybody feel good. She wants to make everybody feel safe and stuff. I'm just like, mother, you have to worry about yourself sometimes. I think about, like, how do you help people that don't want to help themselves? You can tell somebody over and over again to do this, get your life together. Girl, let me help you. And if they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it. And my mother sometimes doesn't understand that. And I have learned, and I've learned the hard way, that sometimes you just got to move on. You got to keep living life. You cannot let anything that's going on dictate your life and your outcome of what's going on. You just cannot be worried about everybody. You just cannot. It will drag you all the way down. For instance, that's terrible for my aunt's children, which would be her grandchildren. It's terrible for them to be in this custody of the state. But we can't do that much. Like my mother can't take in 2 more kids and her. It's just too much. But I feel like my mother probably will if she could. I'm just like, Mama, you can't do that. You can't save everybody. You can't. It's so hard to understand that. And that's why I have cut so many people off. I have outgrew so many people that were really close to me. And it's just like, sometimes I just have to just shut shit down. Just shut it down and move on, because some people will keep you where you don't want to be, and it's terrible. Us, a lot of people can relate to that. We all have family issues. We all have that cousin that's going through that. We all have our issues, girl. There's a whole bunch of going on. It's a whole, we're all dealing with something. Trust and believe me. Just don't let this social media shit fool you. That's another thing. Basically, what this video is going to be about is a couple of things that just get on my nerves. And that goes to even seeing shit on social media. Girl, I get so tired of social media. Social media is so stressful sometimes. And it's interesting for me because somebody who puts out content on social media for people to see and rely on social media to get my stuff across, it's interesting, but it can be so toxic a little bit. You would think some of these folks are jet setting and living picture perfect lives. A lot of these people are suffering through depression that you will not know about. You can't not see that. These people cut out everything that's going on bad out their lives and do not put it on social media. They won't tell you about the storm that had happened. They won't tell you that they have this issue going on, and you just cannot. And I feel like we're all sitting here looking through this glass. We're all looking through these rose-colored glasses, and we're seeing stuff that's not realistic. We're just seeing stuff that's not real. And we're looking through social media, and all these people, some of these people think they're living perfect lives, and then you have a conversation with them, and that you see that everything is not together. Like, girl, you can even look at me. I'll tell you again, girl, I'm not perfect, girl. I still make payment arrangements for my cable and my phone bill, and probably some other shit, you know. There's some other shit going on, girl. Sometimes I struggle with, you know, my weight. Sometimes that does bother me a little bit. Be like, girl, you need to lose some weight, girl. You ain't been doing shit. You done gained 15 goddamn pounds. You might want to get your shit together. Like, we're all dealing with something. Sometimes we have to be healthy for ourselves. And it's so easy to get consumed with bullshit. We have alcohol that, you know, it's an antidepressant or a suppressant or some shit. You got drugs and stuff, and you have food, girl. I ain't gonna lie. When I'm depressed and I'm bored or something's going on, I eat. And I eat and I eat and I eat. And, you know, just be like, girl, and I just take my ass to sleep. But that's something I have to realize that, Justin, that's a problem for you. You need to work on that. You need to put that shit down. If you're gonna eat that, girl, grab you some blackberries. Eat something healthy. Eat some broccoli or some shit, girl. Don't smoke the broccoli sometimes. Eat the damn broccoli, okay? But it's just we rely on these things. Social media, we put up these picture perfect lives on social media, and it becomes we're telling a lie over and over and over and over to people who think they know us and they don't know us. A lot of us suffer from that. And I don't ever want to come across on social media that my life is perfect. It probably will never ever be perfect because we're not perfect people. There will always be things going on, girl. Even when I was watching Spider-Man today, Harry's father, who owned Oscorp, bitch had green shit growing out his damn veins and out his neck and shit about to go crazy. He had all the money, all that type of shit, but girl, he was suffering. You know, he was suffering. He was like, girl, my health fucked up. Like, I got all this money and shit, but my health fucked up. Girl, it's just, that's the type of life that we deal with, girl. And whenever I get to whoever running this whole program, girl, I'm gonna ask them, girl, what is this dumbass shit we doing? Have you ever just thought to yourself, like, girl, what is the purpose of this dumb shit that we're doing? I ask myself this shit every day, like, girl, who created all this shit? And I know we get into this whole religious thing of, oh, God created all this type of shit. Some of you all know my views on that, honey. I have so many questions that I'm just not a believer of Christianity. I believe in all religions. I believe all of them came from one religion, but that's a whole other subject. We'll talk about that later on because some of y'all probably ain't comfortable with that. But the people who watching crazy shit like this, me talking this, they probably understand where I'm coming from. I just ask myself, what is our purpose of this? What are we doing? Where am I going after I leave here? What is death all about? Why am I here? I ask myself that so much. Why am I here? Why do I have to work? Why do I have to pay bills? Why can't I just live a picture perfect life for real, instead of pretending like it is? It's so difficult. Sometimes I'll just be like, I wish I didn't know about all the struggles and stuff going on. Because the more I think about all the things that are going on in the world, the more I think about all the crazy shit that's going on in the world, the more I become depressed, the more I'm aware, socially aware of the problems with people of color and black people in general. It's depressing. It's very depressing. Every week we're seeing an unarmed teen or something being shot. If it's by police, if it's by, you know, some gang affiliation type of shit, it bothers me. For someone who went to high school, a predominantly black high school, I was in the 9th, 10th grade when I lost my classmate to gun violence. And he was trying to be in a gang or something. We still don't know the story to that. I don't even know if they even called the person who shot and killed. It was just like, girl, life is so interesting. Like, I want to know, what is the purpose? Why are we here? Because the shit just sounds too complicated. And then you say, oh, God is in control and all this type of shit. If he is, then why are we doing this? Is he playing chess with us? Is he playing checkers or Connect Four, girl? Uno, out, because I'm tired. Like, even when you tell me that there's a higher power and this great deity that's controlling all this and knowing all this is going on, what is the purpose of this, what we're doing? Because if you have all this power, why the fuck am I going through all this bullshit? I just want to understand, why do I have to go through this? Why do people have to suffer so much? Why is white privilege a thing? Why does it exist? Why do people of color have to go through so much more? I've just been paying attention to the world and what's going on around me. And it just seems like white people just have it just perfect. We all know that. It's just like, there's so much privilege when it comes to that. Right now, trying to figure out what is going on with all these black girls being missing in the DC area and the whole DMV area, period. And, you know, white feminists are nowhere to be found. They're not at these town halls trying to figure out what's going on and what's going on with these investigations. You got the FBI sitting here investigating, finding out where the fuck Tom Brady's goddamn jersey is at. It's just crazy. The crazy ass man in the office that don't know what the fuck he's doing. Republicans talk about they want to give people to access to health care. Can I be able to get health care? Every person should be able to have access to health care. That's what the thing is. It's so difficult because it's just capitalism controls every goddamn thing. If you don't have fucking money, you don't have shit. The closer you are to whiteness, the more money you probably have. That goes with even doing YouTube videos, any type of social media shit, girl. The more you do shit that relates to white people, make white people happy and laugh, girl, the more money you make. Pay attention to around you. Some people be trying to tell me, watch him, watch this girl, watch this. I'm not here for these individuals who sit here toning down their blackness for the betterment of their checking account. I'm just not here for it. That'll never be me. Not interested in it, period. I'm gonna always talk about shit that makes white people feel uncomfortable. Shit, I'm gonna talk about shit that makes black people feel uncomfortable. Gay people feel uncomfortable. That's just exactly what I do. And girl, that's just my mouth. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. The more I talk about all the stuff that's going on, I just really guess the question is, why the fuck are we here doing all this bullshit? Why did I have to lose my auntie? Why did my mother and father have to take care of kids that don't belong to them? Is that I just have so many questions. If I can speak to my auntie, the first thing I was just ask her is just, why did you do this, all this shit, and you cause so much turmoil with someone else? I know it's messed up, but I just want to know, what is the root of the problem? What caused her to be in an abusive relationship with a man, beat her ass so many times, and you know, it only took one time for him to take it too far and kill her. Now, the burden of her children is on somebody else. It's just so interesting and it's so tragic because these kids have now been affected by what you have done. These children, and now these children of these children have been affected too. No child should be going through the system like that as far as, you know, staying with somebody that's not their parents, you know, adoption type of stuff, you know, being given away. It doesn't always end well. You have people who say they're gonna take care of the children but only do it for the check. And they sit here and terrorize these children by not taking care of them. It's just so interesting. So it's just, you know, it's so much stuff that's going on in the world, and sometimes I just ask myself, why? I know a lot of the Jays are going through a lot of stuff and growing from it. I just want you all to know that you are not the only person going through that. Do not ever feel discouraged and don't ever feel like that you are in this fight alone, because girl, we are all dealing with shit. Don't ever look at anybody on social media, anything, and think that their life is perfect. There are so many people out here pretending like their lives are perfect, and they will have you fucked up thinking that's just something that you're doing wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. The only thing you're doing is existing and living. Keep pushing forward, keep making shit happen, keep persevering, and just love yourself and continue to just grow and just learn from the mistakes that you've made. That's all I got. I love y'all so much. Be looking forward to more of these videos like this. I appreciate y'all for even watching and checking it out. A lot of stuff I'm gonna put out to you all for the next couple of days, honey. Just a lot of stuff in my thought process that I just want to just give out to you all. So I love y'all. Make sure y'all follow me on all social media. Make sure you subscribe to Justin J1232's channel. Thank you so much. Love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.